This is spEarz to the streets. 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 This to the streets, to the streets, to the streets, to the This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat, or get beat down in the street.
As long as Zarya has been waiting in the wings for a shot at some gold, she found herself not having to wait any longer after costing Sol Ruca her title match on the last edition of NXT. The head of the Fatal Attraction Hydra was quick to reward Zarya for breaking up Zaruka when they last were in the ring together. This championship match, though, on NXT's 827th edition was far from the sprint that Jane was blessed with in her last title defense, as at many moments Jane looked like she bit off more than she could chew. From the bell, Zarya was pulling rear naked chokes in the corner and lifting the champ off the floor with the same submission, heels of the champ nipping at the apron while Zarya was still firmly planted in the squared circle. When off her feet, though, Zarya was launching herself at Jane with various flying lariats and spears. Jane could only do so much but to capitalize off these power moves, as due to Zarya's size, anything high-flying from her would be delivered awkwardly from the challenger. One such moment outside the ring found Zarya launching herself into the steel steps, and Jane was able to retaliate with a running cannonball. Jane was not allowed much breathing room, doing all she could to successfully counter an early choke slam and blocking Zarya's bull in the China shop impression with tornado transitions, but whenever Jane tried to get a little space, Zarya stayed on her for good measure, especially since the champ could barely stay upright during a late-stage gut-wrenching blow exchange. Jane had to play it smart, making sure that Zarya ran into a well-placed high-knee strike to set up her spinning back fist that missed. So Jane had to get the specific signature charged up one last time and ended up laying herself out in the process. By the time the opponents came to, Sol Ruca came through with a double soul snatcher to close out the match with a DQ, standing tall with Jane's title and knocking down Fatal Attraction bandwagoneers with the gold to boot, and a soccer jersey and short shorts looking all kinds of cute like a woman's champion should. That's not Zarya. There is no way WWE will be giving Zarya any big singles gold. Though if she plays this feud right, she could end up in the main event picture at Stand and Deliver, especially since oddly after Ruca returned that kiss of death from Zarya during their last encounter, she did not announce any plans for Vengeance Day. A triple threat at Stand and Deliver looks like the best blow-off for this feud, and it's safe to say that WWE Creative is still banking on Ruca, since there has been no emotive blowback from Ruca's avoidable loss during her last title shot. Jade is still rightfully the champ, but with Hidley poised to defend against some of the brightest rookies in the current speed tournament, and a third member of Fatal Attraction forgettable, as she is yet to contend in a sanctioned match of any type. Fatal Attraction could only stay on top for so long, as the faction looks to be approaching their autumn. But for now, Jade continues to milk the cow even while on her back, still insulated from any real damage to her burgeoning legacy. But such comfort may come to cost her in the coming weeks, especially since, as the lackluster announce table put it, Ruca has the aura of a woman possessed in her quest for her next opportunity for the title at rest around Jade's curvaceous waist.
This is spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. spEarz to the streets. This is to the streets. To the streets. This is spEarz to the streets. Get down to the beat, or get beat down in the street.